Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And everyone, please introduce yourself, city and state, and your name. Start off, Monique, you want to kick us off?
Sure. Hey guys, Monique Nicole from Atlanta, Georgia.
All right. Next up, you can just jump out there.
Hi, Jaunice Cromer, even though it says Rufai. Jaunice Cromer from Waldorf, Maryland.
All right.
Hi, I'm Lynelle Crawford from Washington, D.C.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm Paris Williams. I'm from Falls Church, Virginia.
Hey.
Hey everyone, I'm Hassan Grimes from Philadelphia, PA.
Philly.
And I'm Nita the Diva, and I'm from Washington, D.C.
Hey, my name is Chanel. I represent Harlem, but I'm in North Carolina currently.
All right.
And I'm
Harlem
a fellow
World.
YouTuber as well.
Harlem World.
All right.
Okay.
And we have Utokia. She is from Maryland as well, but we're waiting to get her connected. But in the meantime, we are going to carry on because today we have a very special guest that we are very happy to bring in. Ron, would you like to let everyone know who our guest is going to be? Bring her in.
I'm going to bring her in. She's coming in 2, 1.
There she is.
There she is.
Wow.
How are you? Welcome to the
Roulette/Wanda.
Right.
Wow.
That is Wanda.
We are so happy to have you on with us today. It's definitely a pleasure. And as you can tell, we have a lot of P-Valley fans and a lot of fans of Snowfall. Sorry. So we are so excited to have you, and thank you for taking the time to spend with us.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm so sorry my flight was slightly delayed, so I'm kind of still on the plane, but
Oh, wow.
On the plane?
Well, you're a real G then. I mean, you're gonna show up on the plane.
Yes.
That's real. Very real of you to still show up and
Yes, we appreciate
it.
Of course. Thank y'all for having me.
Okay, so Tiff, would you like to get us kicked off?
Sure. As everyone has already mentioned, the numerous parts you've already played, and I just wanted to commend you for your range, because from playing Rashida and Insecure and Wanda and Snowfall, we're Snowfall fans. We recap Snowfall, and we had Angela Lewis on the show before. And so I just wanted to ask you about your physical preparation to play Roulette for P-Valley. Like, how did you prepare for that role?
Training, months and months and months of training. I trained 4 months before we even shot. I purchased my pole as soon as I got the call from Katoria before I was even offered the role. So for me, preparation with anything is big. I'm a Delta, so preparation is key. We say piss poor performance piss poor preparation leads to piss poor performance. So I made sure that I was just in the room. I watched season 1 over and over. I had already watched it as a fan when it first came out. But like I said, before I even got the role, I wanted to be prepared. I didn't even know I would be playing a dancer. I wanted to be prepared just in case. So I just did that. I went on my strip club tour because, I was in Atlanta at the time. I love Atlanta. I already went to the strip clubs often, and I wasn't out as much because of the pandemic. But when I got the call, I was like, oh, we're going to go risk it all with 2 masks. And we're just going to see. We're going to pay attention. I read Katori's plays over and over to kind of really get a tone and feel for who she was as a playwright. I already knew her work, so I was a fan of it, but I wanted to make sure that it was fresh at the forefront of my mind when I stepped onto set for P-Valley.
Wow. And I guess my question kind of follows that up a little bit, because pole dancing is hard. I've tried it and it's not easy. It requires a lot of upper body strength and a lot of endurance. And so I wanted to know if you do your own stunts, because you and Whisper be getting it on that pole.
Killing it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Killing it.
Thank you.
Very
I
impressive.
do a large majority of my stunts. I do have 3 stunt doubles, which I'm very grateful for. And it's Ashley Fox, Corey Skittles. They are phenomenal. However, there's only so much that they will allow us to do for safety reasons. But I did more than they was supposed to allow. Just because I actually like it and I'm good and I know how to do it. But now I'm the type of person where just because I can do it, don't mean you can run me raggedy. We're gonna get a couple of takes and then I'm gonna have to tag somebody out because I'm gonna be tired. So we did a few takes with me, but when it comes to filming, they may have the focus off for the lighting, or it may not be on you, but you're in the background. So even though you ain't focused, they can see you, so they need you doing something. Like, don't call me for that. Like let me know when it's the close up and when you actually will see my face. Then of course I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna do it. But for certain things, definitely use the double for flexibility. That certain moves that I'm not as flexible to get. Like, yes, please use them. But anything that I could do, I would do. So I made sure that before I trained 4 months before filming, and then I trained and rehearsed all throughout filming. So when I first got the call and I bought the pole, I started training with one of my neos.
Okay.
And I would go to her maybe an hour, 2-3 days out of the week, but then I would go to Vertical Joe's for 90 minutes, 4 days a week, 90 minutes a day, 4 days a week. And then I would also go to Vertical Joe's on my off days on the weekends to practice, like on my own. And this isn't anything that P-Valley requires. It's just, as the actor that I am, I know what I expect out of myself. So I'm going to put in the work that I need to make sure that the performance I deliver is executed to my standards.
Look, it
So
shows.
I trained above and beyond.
It
I even had
shows.
some of my doubles teach me certain stuff and like spoke with them that way. Okay, well, what arm you go up with? So if I do it a few times and you do it a few times, it needs to look the same. Because they might cut in between me and then cut back to you, or cut back to me, and it needs to match. Because these are people who've been polling for over 5 years, some of them over 10 years. So their level of tolerance is much higher than mine. So as opposed to, I may be able to do a take 4 times, they could do a take 15 times.
Wow.
Mm.
It's been flawless. That's all I gotta say about it.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Amazing.
Ron, we want to jump to you as well.
Yeah, I just want to say I use a pole too. I use the pole on my bed just to get out under the bed in the morning. That's about all I can do for a pole. But
we both using poles for assistance. You using yours to get out of bed. I'm using mine to assist me to another tax bracket level.
So you 100% for me.
Thank you.
But my question to you is, how has P-Valley changed the narrative in Hollywood for Black actresses?
It has given us a place to lead. So, Stars has the initiative, Take the Lead. It's done just that. It's given us a place to take the lead in all walks of life. It's given us a place to say, oh, I could do this and be celebrated, right? I could do this and change my tax bracket, right? I could do this and feel confident in who I am and walk in my light and shine and not be looked down upon or not be looked at as, oh, that's Black, it's low budget, it's this, it's that, So it's given us a place to celebrate ourselves and win and build a table instead of worrying about having a seat at the table or playing second fiddle to a non-Black character.
That's refreshing to hear.
It is.
All right. We want to go to Paris. Do you have a question for Gail or a comment?
Oh my gosh, I'm just a little overwhelmed right now. I'm such a fan. It's so interesting to hear your voice now and like how good you are at switching to your accent in the show. You kill it.
Oh, okay. So thank you. We're switching to my accent in Jackson. What I always try to do from any city, like Wanda when I play, South Central. I will always try to bring honor and justice to the people who are living from that time, from that city. So I make sure I do things like watch the local news, talk to people who are from there. Like I said, research and prep is key because nobody wants to be the person that folks from that city look at and call it out and say, this is not us.
It doesn't sound like right.
Yeah, so I try to make sure I like with Jackson, with people, I have like one key phrase that I will repeat in that accent that someone has told me, okay, this is exactly how it sounds. So I can refer back to that when it comes to my consonants and my vowels. And like I watch documentaries that interview the local people of the city, so I can make sure I'm grasping a certain part of Jackson or a certain part of Mississippi, because I know when coming from Atlanta, if you're from the south side or the west side or the east side or the north side, your tone may be different. Your lingo may be different.
Mhm.
So the problem for me was because we shot in Atlanta, so I go home, I see my friends, I see my family every day. I hear that all the time.
Right.
So it was just trying to make sure I was able to quiet out the noise so I could get back to like here in Mississippi. Because it's different when I'm in LA. And you know what I'm saying? I'm there shooting snowfall and I'm around LA people going. I'm in Atlanta. Me and my boyfriend live together. So every night I go home, he's from there. He's from Scottsdale. Every night I go home, I'm hearing that.
Right.
All right, hold on now, because I got to go back and have Jackson tomorrow. So it's just a concentration thing and being focused and making sure you're paying attention to detail. And there were some times where I would say something and it wouldn't be. So I would like try to do another take and make sure I focus on that on the next take.
Love it. Love it.
All right. Jaunice, coming your way.
Oh, me. Oh my goodness. I am such a fan, Miss Dean. I'm telling you. And just to hear you talk about the preparation, I have twin daughters and I tell them all the time, you must prepare. You have to prepare. If something starts at 6, you need to be there at 5:45. So I wanted to ask you, speaking of preparation, where did you train? What school did you go to just pull off such great performances?
Well,
I really appreciate your work.
So thank you. Thank you so much. How you say you tell your daughter's preparation, it really does start at home. So my mom, just from younger, she was a high school teacher. She's retired now. She always made sure that, like how you say, get there early. She always would talk to me about being prepared. She talked to me about my speech. So it's those little things that we don't know add up and in the long run really pay off. When I did decide to pursue acting, it was first my senior year in high school, my drama class, that gave me that spark of, oh, okay, I like it. When I decided to take it serious in 2012, I was at AOA Studios, which a lot of great people came out of there. It's no longer around, but it was a studio in Atlanta that was a branch off of Susan Batson Studios, which is in New York. And Susan Batson is amazing. She has a book that's called Truth. She operates out of BYOM, which is Develop Your Own Method. So you're not necessarily doing just the Stanislavski method or the substitution method or this method or that method. You're taking everything you learned and you're combining it to pick the strongest choice. So you could be switching from method to method to method. It's like, say you're communicating with a person and you switch from English to Spanish to French to sign language. You're using whichever form of communication is the strongest in that moment, which will provide the most genuine, authentic, truthful, best result. So that's how I prepare. And I used to go to New York every other month for a few classes and train out there at Susan Batson Studios. But AOA is my foundation. That's what taught me. Theater is my home, my base that I built upon. I did not go to college for acting. I don't have a theater degree. But then I come across people who they're like, oh, I thought you went to Juilliard. Oh, this. I don't. I just really took it serious. And I really continued to perfect my craft. I'm still in classes. When I did go to college, I took public communication and I took communications and public speaking just to hone that. But I didn't take any acting classes while I was in school. When I got out and was more focused on that, I did, of course. But I also took improv. I feel like that the thing that really sets me apart from a lot of other actors is my improv, is my theater foundation, and my attention to detail. I mean, I can attribute that to comedian and host Rodney Perry, because he taught me the confidence as an actor to make certain choices, to not be afraid, to step out there, to commit. But thank you, Monique YouTube. AOA really gave me like the script analysis and the character breakdown. And then I think I attribute a lot to just to my city, because Atlanta taught me how to be the person that I am, to where I network on everywhere. Bye, thank you, bye bye. Where I network and where I just try to come with a good energy and a good vibe. So that I think has helped me a lot in this career. But yeah, that's kind of my prep.
Okay. I mean, like we said, it shows. I mean, you really put on a lot of great performances, and you could have fooled us, saying that you didn't go to college for this. And, we always say to people that have some experience with theater, I mean, their performances always come across, in a stellar way. So, like I said, you could have fooled us.
We have someone on the panel that's from Atlanta too.
Yep. And you can actually jump over to Monique.
Yeah, I might as well jump in. So, okay, so with your roles, Wanda from Snowfall and now Roulette, which role, I guess, was more difficult or taxing for you, whether mentally, emotionally, physically? Which role would you took a little bit more out of you to prepare for?
Roulette was more taxing because I didn't know. Listen, that dancing ain't no joke. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was so focused on the dancing part that for a minute, I didn't even focus on the script part. And then it hit me. I was like, oh shit. I got lines. I got lines. I have to learn the lines and make sure I'm reading the script and stuff. I was like, wait a minute. So people who are triple threat, acting, dance, that's something else. I could not do musical theater. I've never been a singer, but I have a whole nother level of respect for actors that are the triple threat where they act, sing, and dance, because to memorize all of that is, I'll never forget the very first day we ended up shooting was a dance day, right? And it's just so many layers when it comes to dancing. Like acting, I could do that shit in my sleep with ease. I can remember lines like nothing. I could drop into a character. But then when we went out there to dance on our first day, I had been rehearsing. I felt good. I was confident. And then there was the element of all the extras. I almost fell out. I never had an anxiety attack before, but if there was a time to have one, that was it. Because I could not believe it. I was like, oh shit, y'all, there's people out there. Like a whole club full of people had a Pynk be packed. They were like, yeah, what did you think? I was like, we never did this shit before with people.
That's hilarious.
I was like,
oh my God.
I know, yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
I was like, y'all. So it's levels
something else. I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised by your answer. I am surprised by your answer, but once you explain it, it definitely makes sense. I can understand.
See, I'm shy. I know it doesn't come off like that, but I really am shy. So to have to dance in front of all those people, it was just it's nothing for me to act in front of people. I don't mind that. That's theater all day. That's any other show all day. Like Wanda isn't taxing. Wanda is just doing the work. You have to be disciplined enough to really do the work and the research, I feel, to execute a character and completely peel away so many layers that you already have of yourself, to remove ego and judgment and entitlement. So that wasn't hard. I'm a hard worker. I like doing work, but I was shy, so Roulette was a lot.
Okay.
Lynelle, we want to come your way.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, if you wasn't here today explaining your role in P Valley, I mean, the way that you dance, it's like you've been dancing forever, like so professional. I mean, I don't know, like, is it a stunt or is that, I'm sure those are actually your moves. I mean, because you dance, you're one of my favorite, you're so raw. And you're one of my favorite actresses on there. I mean, girl, when I say you dance, like I've been to strip clubs in my day, and you are extremely talented. Keep up the
Thank you.
So true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I watched a lot of videos to the side before. When I first started training, Joe asked me, like, what are some moves you like? What are you trying to learn? This and that. So I picked out certain moves that I felt like represented me or that I could do. I wasn't really going for flexibility.
But you have that though, because
I was more so looking for aggressive. I do, but they did tell me there's some that will be flexible, that they're not as hard as you think. And then there's some like that spatchcock. That spatchcock is not me, because that's an oversplit. I don't have an oversplit. I got like a right split, sometimes a left. But not an oversplit or a middle split. So there was some where, I let them know, like, hey, look, this is what I would like to do. This is what I would like my character embody more. Sorry. I'm more aggressive and rough, so I knew I wanted more stronger moves, and fun, like cool moves.
Now,
so we talked about different things.
Yeah. Do you have to do any strength training?
More so stretching. One thing they did tell me, because I thought the whole time it was, oh, you got to be super strong to be a dancer. One thing the trainer did tell me was, your legs are doing a lot. You're a lot stronger than you think you are, because you walk around on your legs, which carries your body weight all day. So don't get in your head about it. It's really about knowing how to maneuver your body weight. We did definitely do training and conditioning, but it was just more so to stretch and get my body used to the fact that it will be twisting and contorting in different ways that it hasn't been before. And there's a pole right there. So Joe is very good about like training us to our strengths, because when we first started too, I just hurt myself skating. So like, it's okay. We're gonna be good. We're gonna work with that.
Okay, that's pretty dope though that y'all actually got the training.
Yeah.
And Chanel, you've been waiting patiently.
Hey, Gail, I was about to call you Wanda, girl, because Snowfall is actually my favorite show, and P Valley is my second. So just to see that you take on such complex characters. I mean, Wanda, for instance, the thing I love about Snowfall, it showed a progression from pre-crack to, in that era, because as we all probably have family members and friends that we just grew up knowing them on drugs. So it kind of helped me watching Snowfall to say, okay, this is probably how this family member got introduced or how they fell into this trap. So I love Snowfall for that. And P Valley is just breaking all sorts of barriers. So I commend you for taking on such complex characters. So I thought Wanda was complex, but Roulette, child, I don't even know. I hope we get some more backstory. So what did you learn most about yourself when playing Roulette? Or did you take anything, that you haven't learned from previous roles from Roulette in personal life or in professional life?
So in my professional life, first off, I absolutely love Wanda, so thank you. Like, she to me is, I just don't know how whatever between God and the ancestors, they're gonna figure that out. But I'm like, how are y'all gonna talk this character? So, because I'm like, Wanda was a gift horse to any actor. Like, that's a role sent down from the actor gods, because to have so much range and so much color and be so fully dimensional in one show, in one series or one episode in one season, you don't get that.
Yes.
So I was just so blessed by that. Like that's nothing but a blessing. And I will forever be grateful for Wanda. And thank you.
No, thank you.
For Roulette, so one thing I learned professionally is that there are things that could still make me nervous in this career when I didn't know that was possible. But like I said, walking out there on stage to dance in front of a bunch of people, even though I was very confident, by the time they put them extras out there, I was like, oh, hell no. I'm so y'all thinking to do this, but it won't be me. I was, scared and nervous, but definitely gathered myself. And like I said, I didn't know that I still had fears in this industry. So that was good to learn about me. Like, okay. And personally, it just really helped me helped me tap into my sexuality as a woman and softened me a bit because I grew up with 5 brothers. I'm the baby. I'm the only girl.
Oh, wow.
So I'm very like I hit you.
So you got a little
very roulette-ish. So, and even when I'm not gonna lie, when I first started, I had told my boyfriend, I said, baby, they are so graceful. The way they pole is like so sedity, so girly, so cute. So I was like, that's not me. Like I am the person with the tattoos. I am the person when the song come on, that's I got the trigger fingers. Like, I'm like, that's not me. Like I was like, I don't know how to be graceful and sexy. And he told me, he was like, no, you are. Like you have it. Yours just may look different. So Roulette did teach me in my personal life that my sensuality, my sexuality as a female, just because it may be a little more boyish, or in a world where everything seems to be so sometimes black and white, it just opened up the spectrum of what it is to be a woman and who I am, and that being okay, and understanding that we are multidimensional. I am still female. I am still feminine. I am still sexy. Just because it doesn't look like the girl standing next to me or the girl across from her. If everybody on the stage is soft, like my hardness is my soft. My softest hardness is still soft. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
exactly.
So not comparing self to anybody but self. So which I already had that in like my professional life. When it comes to like my acting, I don't look left and right. But when it came to myself as a woman, sometimes we look left and right, So it was good. It definitely taught me a lot. It grew me. And I'm not gonna lie, that cast over there, listen, I was sent on meetings with them, on Zoom meetings, and just watch them on set or hear them talk to people. And they are some bosses. They move different. They move different. Okay? Like I was like, oh, I thought I was an actor and I thought I was experienced. They move, I am experienced, but they just move different. They carry like the power that they walk in, it make you boss up.
Everybody on this cast.
And I'm not talking about on set, I'm talking about offset. I'm not talking about Uncle Clifford, I'm talking about Nico. How he said, no. You're gonna get what you want this to happen? Watch this. We're gonna make it like just the way they move, and it's not diva, it's not nasty, it's just knowing your value and demanding it, knowing your worth and demanding it, knowing your respect and not settling for anything less. And then it was, P Valley taught me that. You know what I'm saying? It taught me how to not just be a worker, but how to be a boss.
Let me put a footnote in as a brother. You are extremely sexy. So you understand that?
Thank you.
And I love the fact that you're not built like every other person, you know, with the wide hips and the big behind. And I saw that because I don't have that either. So I was like, okay.
Exactly.
We could be dancers too.
Exactly. Look, but see, that's how when I first went into the strip club, I used to work at Onyx years ago, everybody just had what they had. And now I go into the strip club and it's so hard to find anybody who is natural.
Yeah.
Anybody who hasn't had work done. And I don't knock people who get work done, like do whatever you need to do to love yourself. But like when everybody got work done, it's like, you know, I have braids right now. It's like looking left and right and not seeing nobody anymore with ponytails or natural hair or dreads or a bob and then just everybody having braids. Like braids is cool.
Representation matters.
Yeah. Variety, diversity in every level matters.
Yeah.
And we got 3 more that need to pop in, but we're trying not to hold you up too long. So let's jump to Anita.
Okay. Great. So love your work. I'm like one of your biggest fans. I'm like, at first I'm like, oh, she's trouble. But I love that you turn into this wild card that you just don't know what is going to happen. So one of my favorite characters. I also wanted to say that exotic dancers, they don't get enough credit for what they do. They are really like athletes to me. Like it feels so, you know, it's beautiful to watch and all this other stuff. But I just think that in the whole compass of what they do and how they put their self out there and, you know, even to the pole work, it's just a lot. It's a lot that you guys go through. And I love that you portray and you have all those different layers. And I wanted to ask you, are we going to be moving into the pimp zone or are we going to keep
Yeah.
That pimp bag is strong.
Well, I mean,
yes, guys.
What's your definition of a pimp? Because you know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Roulette really is just a boss. So I mean, if you want to call her a pimp, you can. Because I think what you see how Tina Snow said, call Uncle Clifford a pimp. And he was like, well, I mean, she was like, I ain't no pimp, but I do rock a do-rag and a tracksuit every now and then.
Yeah.
There you go. Technically, is Roulette a pimp or is she really just Uncle Clifford?
I don't know.
I mean, she could be, you know, like the Uber or the Lyft or the Pynk. Like she don't have the actual strip club, but she got the dance.
Oh no. I got you. So pretty much an opportunity entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
So fearless.
She's definitely moving into the boss. She transitioned, you know, from her, okay, let me get money by any means necessary to let me get money, let me work smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm.
So she's definitely moving over into the boss phase of things.
Yeah.
Toy is not the only person trying to get down where they fit down. So you will see, you will definitely see that, you know, pardon my French, but only because I was on Snowfall, but good crack gonna sell itself.
All right.
So after a while, you know, she don't have to put it out there no more or offer it. You will then see where that's where people want to be. You know, you have the phase when it comes to pimping of the different styles of pimp, where it comes to gorilla pimp or all these different pimps, but some people actually want to do this. They want to make a living that way, as opposed to like you see with P Valley. These dancers want to dance. Like some don't, and they feel they don't have a choice, but nobody is forcing them to dance. So with this, nobody's really forcing. Roulette is not forcing anybody to perform sexual acts. She might have enticed Whisper a little bit, you know, put a bug in her ear, encouraged it. She might have seen that she was a bit naive and easy to manipulate. But with Toy, she told her straight up. And with this next person, well, I ain't gonna say too much, but
Okay, well, we're gonna stay on the lookout. We're gonna have our eyes peeled.
Yes.
She a boss. That's all I'm gonna say. Roulette is a boss.
I think it's gonna be some consequences for some people behind Roulette's actions, though. I'm looking at Jesse.
Yeah,
Maybe whisper, because our Terrence is in the cut.
yes.
Yes. He's taking the Uber because he doesn't have a car.
And Gail, I know, Gail, you have another engagement, so we're trying to work quickly, but you have
the last two, so we can get you out of here.
Okay.
Okay, so Toki and Hassan, we're gonna have to make it quick. So Tokyo, we'll let ladies first.
So yeah, real quick. I actually had two questions, but they're very quick. One, you know, I'm just listening to everything, and you know, you mentioned that you were a communications degree. So obviously you didn't have the theater background. You loved it, you know, you did some in high school. What would you say to like people who don't have that professional training or that schooling? You know, what gave you, and I'm gonna just say the boldness, right, to just jump out there and start trying to get into acting? So that's my question number one, real quick.
For the first question, you said, what advice do I have for someone who is trying to get out there when it comes to acting?
Yeah, like somebody who is already in one career, you know, like in school, you did communications and stuff like that, right? You always love acting. Yeah, what made you say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to get into communications. I'm just going to act, and then be bold enough to try to, because it's hard to get into acting. Not everybody makes it, right?
You just do it. You just do it. You just do it. You just kind of just say, you do it scared. You do it while you're doing something else. And you just do it. You take the leap. You know, whether you start, it's like with working out, you start, whether you just start walking today. So you go to a class, you take a headshot, you take you sign up for Actors Access or attend an audition. You just do it.
Well, thank you, Gail, for joining us today. I'm sorry we didn't get you in, Hassan. Unfortunately, Gail has to go, but we do thank you for giving us your time, and we know you were caught up with your flight and everything else. So we hope you have safe travels, and just thank you for being so kind and generous with your time.
And we're looking forward to now.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Today I'ma wake up a new man, driving a new road, develop a new plan. I'll never be blue, man, whatever the view, man. Go to a new beach, get me a new tan. I'ma write down every single thought. Got goals on my wall, I win, I never fall. I've been gone for a minute, yeah, I had to be free. You want it, I got it, so tell me what you need. I'm unchained, unfazed, and unwilling. It's a new day, new world, we all winning. I'm up late, up early, I gotta get it. Keep working, now we gotta make it.